Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video, and I talked a lot about Spider-Man 2 yesterday, and the absolute mediocre state. Mediocre is giving it way too much credit. The absolute poor state, the absolute garbage state that the game is in right now. And there are so many elements of this to talk about. So yesterday when I uploaded the video, I had played the game for about an hour and a half at that point. Initially, I was facing a lot of crashes, like I could play for like 5-10 minutes and the game would just crash. Then I decided to lower the settings. I set it from very high to high, ray tracing set to high as well, and it seemingly was working fairly good for like 30 to 45 minutes. And at that point I was just like, okay, done with that for now, let's go talk about it. There's a lot of issues, but I had noted that I gotta play more of it before I get a better idea of how this port is. I played more of it, and it's absolutely atrocious. This game is terrible, and my experience has been terrible. And let me reiterate that. My experience. My God, the amount of comments that I see being like, oh, it's just your guys' PC. The game is running fine for me. The game is running fine for me. It's just you. Bro, I am happy the game is running great for you. That's great. I'm happy you aren't facing crashes. Look at the Steam reception. Look at how many people are being vocal about the fact that the game is crashing. The game is damn near unplayable. Do you think they are just making things up? Do you think we are all playing this game on an 8800 GT from 2008 or something like that? It is mind-boggling to me that these comments being like, seems like your PC's just a little underpowered. Seems like you're not doing something right. I'm sorry that my RTX 4070 cannot handle Spider-Man 2. Let me just go out and buy a 5090. Oh wait, they're all being scalped for $5,000 and I have bills to pay. It is so insane to me that this still happens. Like, but the game is running fine for me. Okay, great. Again, happy for you. And I guarantee you, these same people have had issues with other PC games and they're having meltdowns on social media, but they'll be coming out being like, oh, Spider-Man 2 is running great for me. It's running. This is the thing about PC. There's a billion PCs out there with a billion different hardware configurations. It's great. Like, some people are gonna have a better experience than others. That's the reality, and that's why console gaming, as many handicaps as there are, optimization is a little bit easier given the fact that there's one static set of hardware, although, you know, there's the Series S, there's the PS5 Pro, but you get the idea. There aren't as many different hardware configurations, but this level of atrocity from Spider-Man 2 was unexpected to an extent. Me of all people, Mr. Pessimism was going into it with a little bit of, hey, they didn't promote it all that much, they didn't market it all that much, but Nixxes has always been on the money, at least relatively on the money, with their PC releases. Spider-Man 1, I thought, was fairly good on PC. I think Spider-Man 2 will be great. And then we got the news that PSN account linking was getting pulled as a mandatory requirement for these games. And I was like, okay, maybe that's why they didn't promote it that much. They wanted to make that announcement and then they're gonna roll everything out. To me, now that we have all the context and all the information, it feels like they made that announcement to mitigate the garbage that is this PC version of Spider-Man 2, to lessen the impact of that. Because could you imagine how much of their goodwill would have been nuked if this PC version was garbage and PSN account linking was mandatory? And I get it that this game still isn't available in a wide variety of regions, but in terms of mandatory PSN account linking, at least that's been pulled, and I would hope that this game is going to get rolled out to all of those other regions where PSN isn't required. But man, PlayStation would have absolutely bazookaed all of their goodwill if you had a garbage PC port. They're doing all the garbage they've been doing, like canceling all their games, and then also still requiring PSN account linking. At least you alleviate some of the pile-on by pulling that, and I think that was a good idea. And now that we have all the information, I feel like it is a very strategic idea. And also, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. We know how PlayStation operates when they know their PC version's finna be garbage. Just like they did with Last of Us Part 1. Although Last of Us Part 1 did have pre-orders open, but if you remember, they were very, very quiet about Last of Us Part 1 and the PC specifications and everything surrounding that game until the launch of that game. They didn't send out copies either. Spider-Man 2, same thing. Incredibly quiet about it. They aren't putting the promotional muscle behind it like they do with a lot of their other games. That's how you know. We already know that that's PlayStation's game at this point, that if they don't be talking about these games releasing on PC, if they're being very coy and very quiet about it, that is the red flag. You know it's about to be a pile of trash. And Spider-Man 2 is a shame. I get that people have their issues with this game, but I think Spider-Man 2, from a gameplay standpoint especially, is such an enjoyable game. And Spider-Man is just one of those games that it's not my favorite PlayStation IP, but it's damn near the top. But it's just a fun game to me, and to see a game of this caliber come out at this state of quality, unacceptable. Why not just delay the game for 6 weeks? 6 weeks, you'll still get it out in this fiscal year. You'll still be able to report it in your financials. Is it that big of a deal? And I do get the idea that when it comes to PC, sometimes it is better to release the game to the floodgates and get everybody's thoughts on it, where they're having issues, and then correct them thereafter. But man, for a company like Sony and PlayStation, you've got Nix's software, and they've done a great job with other PC titles. Why is it that this one is such a pile of trash? I can't really come to understand it. And if you look at the community hub, the concurrent player count is 22,000 concurrent players. That's pitiful for Spider-Man 2, because if you look at Spider-Man 1, let's pull up Spider-Man 1 real quick. It was one of the most successful PlayStation PC releases. That game came out and peaked at 66,000 concurrent players 2.5 years ago. I would say that the sequel is obviously gonna have a concurrent player drop-off, but to be at a third of the concurrent player count, and I do get it that we have the game not available in some of the regions that Spider-Man Remastered was available in, but still, if you look at the God of War 2018 versus God of War Ragnarok comparison, and I bring that up because God of War Ragnarok versus God of War 2018 was a game that had no PSN account link and was available in all regions, and it was the first title and got a sequel, and Ragnarok, again, wasn't in those regions. God of War 2018 peaked at 73,000 concurrent players, and Ragnarok was around 35,000 concurrent players, so almost 50%. In the case of Spider-Man 2 versus Spider-Man Remastered, it's around a third, a 33%. Like, that's a significant drop-off, and Spider-Man 2 had the quicker turnaround time being 15 months, and Spider-Man Remastered came out 4 years after the initial release. With all of those factors in play, you know, being at 22,000 concurrent players is pitiful. Absolutely pitiful for a game of this caliber. You would expect it to do much better. Its 24-hour peak was 21,747. Maybe it'll grow a little bit, but this is one that should have easily peaked at over 30,000, 35,000. Like, I would put it around that range. And, you know, I find it kind of surprising that Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is outpacing it. Like, if you were to ask me 6 weeks ago what's going to do better, FF7 Rebirth or Spider-Man 2, I would have said Spider-Man 2 all day. FF7 Rebirth peaked at 40,000 concurrent players, almost double Spider-Man 2. And it's not like these games were far apart in their release date. Spider-Man 2 came out in October of 2023. FF7 Rebirth came out in February of 2024. I think this is a testament to, obviously, the PC version being garbage, but also PlayStation nuking a lot of their goodwill. And this is kind of what happens when you don't promote a game at all, and it being tied to the fact that it's a garbage PC version. Like, come on, man. We can't be doing stuff like this. At this point, I can't give this game a recommendation, even though as good as it is, this PC version is an atrocity. And again, great for the people that it's working great for. Happy for you. I am, in fact, playing this game on an RTX 4070 and not an 8800 GT. I should not be getting crashes every 10 minutes during a cutscene. Like, what are we doing here? The game has a lot of visual bugs as well. I can go on and all, but the visual bugs are one thing. The crashes is a legitimate game-breaking experience and unacceptable in that regard. So, Absolute disaster. Pitiful PC release, but you know, what can you do? PlayStation does a pretty good job of cooking all their goodwill these days, so it is what it is, but that'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Wait for patches. I'm sure it'll get better. Last of Us Part 1 was an atrocity when it came out, and it's much better now, but wait about 6 to 8 weeks, see where we're at then, and then decide on picking it up, maybe get it at a discount as well. But that'll do it for me. Your thoughts down below. As always, guys, thanks for watching. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.